What's going on, guys? I have a Fire Kings deck profile for you. I really like this one. It kind of goes crazy if you ask me. And I'm going to show you some combos in the end to show you how I think Fire Kings should be played. Let's go into the main deck first. I'm going to put the extra deck and the side deck up here. So first off, 3 Ponix. This is one of your starters, and it's one of your best starters in my opinion. 2 Garunix, a good card. You really just can't play without it. Arvatra, this is the Monster Negate in the deck, and it's also a reborn for the deck. Kirin, this is your MVP. You want this in hand at all times. And then Barong, this is just a send target for Garunix to get the Kirin to your hand. Just one of the ways to get Kirin to your hand. The Fire King spells, 2 Sanctuary, 2 Island. Could possibly cut these down to 1, to be honest with you. Because more than likely the Garunix is not going to be your win condition, but this card you definitely need. So I would maybe even cut the Sanctuary. I don't know. It's just hard to say. I feel like 2 works fine. It's not bricky, but because you don't mind seeing this or this, because it gets you to this, and this is something that really comes up a lot. Fire King Skyburn. This is basically just to protect the Ponix, to make sure the effect goes through. Also, it helps get rid of some unwanted cards. Keep in mind, this is it does target, so that's one bad thing. Then let's put this over here. That was the Fire King stuff, Fire King specific stuff. I would almost consider playing the OG Garunix. There's times where that would really be good for a board wipe. The Snake Eye Ash and Snake Eye Flamberge, this just helps you OTK, and this is critical to playing Fire Kings correctly. It is critical. Critical. Keep that in your deck or don't play Fire Kings. Okay, then you have, these all kind of simultaneously go together. A lot of people are searching the Ponix off of this. Do not search the Ponix off of this. Because if this goes through and you get to the Snake Eye Ash, you have more options, because this right here, the Snake Eye Ash is going to get you to Ponix anyway, so don't worry about that. You just got to play that. The Black Witch. Black Witch just comes up good. It turns your Selene on. I'll get to that later. So yeah, this package is mandatory for a meta competitive Fire Kings. 3 Infinite Impermanents. This could be Veiler, but you don't want to turn on their tactics or thrust if you don't have to. 3 Mansions for the mirror match. I have this in here mainly for tier elements, because that's kind of a rough matchup, but now it's not as bad. Ash Blossom, that's just, of course, so we're only playing 3 hand traps. And Fenrir, I would not play another hand trap. I would play Fenrir. I'm missing the Kashtira Riseheart. I want to add that to this deck because it just gives you more bodies on the board, and you'll see why that's important. For our spells, we just have 3 Prospe, 1 called by. This deck does have an issue with Ash and Veiler, which I think we'll see less and less Veiler now. So, yeah. And I may even switch out to Ghost Ogre in this deck just to kind of keep the theme of destruction. So, the Ghost, the Haunted Mansion could come out. Okay, so here is the #1 card in the deck. This, I say #1 card. It's very important to the deck. Decode Heat Soul. These kind of go hand in hand. You rarely go into this. Same with Selene. You rarely go into that when the deck is played properly. It's more of a grind game when you're going to these 2. Appaloosa, mandatory, I would say. Heat to the Fire Charmer. This could be taken out, but I think we're going to be seeing a lot of mirror matches and Rescue Ace, so I would keep that in. You have the room. Link Karibo, more of like a worst case scenario play, and to just Link Climb. IP Masquerena, critical, must have to play it properly. Access Code, not critical, but good to have. SP Little Knight, yeah, this is a Link deck, okay? Just understand, this is a Link deck. Everybody looks at it as a Xyz deck, but it's not, it's a Link deck. Meg Knight Crusadia Aframax. So a lot of decks just don't have an out to this, or they have to go around the world and not set up the board that they would otherwise want to out this. You just have to know when to go into it over the Appaloosa. That's going to be critical. You would never want to go on these on your turn, I don't think. But you would typically want to go for access code. But most of the time, when you set up board, you're going to go into Appaloosa. And I kind of learned that the hard way the other day. But I was just testing this out. And this isn't critical, but a lot of like Rescue Ace is going to have a difficult time dealing with this. So just keep that in mind. One Garunix, that will come up eventually. So I would just keep that, you know, as a board wipe. Zeus, it does come up in this deck. Dingrisu, you need that. You need that sending capability. This is how you get to Zeus typically. Dweller, this could be Cowboy. But mirror matches, things like that, this kills you. This kills them. Branded Chimera, mirror matches, doesn't really hurt Rescue Ace that much. Tyr, if you still see some Tyr around. And then Typhon, I hate this card. I love this card. It's, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that card. It's just so good when it's good, and it can really suck when you know, it just sucks that it limits you from special summoning. If it didn't do that, it would be broken. So, I understand. Go into the extra deck. So, Pearly sucks. It's still around. Keep that. And it can be a way to deal with some difficult monsters. Lightning Storm, evenly matched. You're probably saying, why run both? Why run one ofs? Because, and you could change this up. If you don't have these next cards, and then the Harpies, that's mandatory. Again, Rescue Ace, Rescue Ace, Rescue Ace, Rescue Ace, Pearly, Rogue decks, Runic, and then 3 Thrust. That gets you to any of these. Gets you to any of these. So you would only want to side these in, though, going second. So just keep that in mind. You may could side in like 1 Thrust or something and 1 Herald, maybe. I don't know, for the grind games. 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance, or Runic. You know, you could side in for that to get the Harpy. Anti-Spell Fragrance, you know what the field spell does in this game. If you destroy the field spell, a lot of people don't know this. I really don't even want to say it. But when you get rid of the field spell, yeah, all my cards die. So that sucks. Enemy Controller. Great card. Take opponent's monsters. Protect your own plays. It does everything. It'll do both sometimes. And then Kurikara, Divine Carnate. Again, Pearly, troublesome boards, like a fully stacked branded board, fully stacked combo deck board, Dragon Link. Oh, you want to activate your effects? Okay. Oh, guess what? Oh, you activated Thrust. Kurikara, Divine Carnate. Oh, I mean, not Kurikara. I'm an idiot. What am I thinking? Anyway, this is searchable off of, I'm over here trying to thrust monsters. Anyway, this is searchable off of the Snake Eyes. The Snake Eye Ash, or the Ash. My brain's not working right now. Anyway, it's searchable in this deck. I think 2 different ways, I remember right. Off the Snake Eye Ash. Yeah, that's what it is. Then you have 2 of the Doggeran Mad Flame Kaijus. Again, just for Pearly and troublesome boards, you know, Borland Savage Dragon, or Borlode Savage Dragon, Borlode Dragon, you know, all them stupid dragon monsters that are just so good. Appaloosas, things like that. Yeah, so that's it for the deck profile. Let's get into some combos. All right, so I always screw up on camera, but this is basically a god hand, okay, for this deck. So in this case, we would start off Special Summon Fenrir. Go ahead and just get that over there. Make sure you don't put it here. Keep that in mind. Do not put it here. There is fine. Or you could even put it here. It's fine. Start off, activate Wanted, Seeker of the Sinful Spoils. Go ahead and add the Black Witch, send this to the graveyard. Black Witch effect. I would pitch off the Garunix here. Special effect, grab the Snake Eye, activate, send, grab the Ash effect, get ourselves a Ponix. Okay, and in this case, we would normal summon the Ponix effect. Grab. Well, I'm going to grab them. But anyway, get the point. Grab this, activate this. Go ahead and activate the Fire King Sanctuary. Set the field spell. Okay, so here's where you kind of got to be careful. In this particular case, we're going to activate this to add a card to our hand. So keep in mind, this destroys. You can destroy monsters in your hand or field, and we are going to do that. Add us a Fire King monster. Make sure, yeah. We're going to add ourselves the Kieran, even though we already have another Kieran. That's fine, but I'm going to show you why. So, alright, now we have a trigger here. Trigger Garunix. Alright, we've triggered the Garunix. Now, oh sorry, I got my hand mixed up. Effect of Garunix to send from deck. Effect of Garunix to send from deck. We are going to send Arvatra. Arvatra effect to bring back out the Ponix. Okay, are you following? Okay, now activate effect of Ash to send this and this. Normally you would want to destroy this. In this case, it is fine. We are going to bring out the Flamberge Dragon. Oh my gosh. So now, here's our hand. We got 3 cards in hand. Everything's set up. We're going to get rid of these two. Bring out the Sunlight Wolf. Effect of Flamberge Dragon. Reborning these two. Make sure you summon it to that zone. Effect of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. You've already used these two effects. Put this back in hand. Okay. Now we are going to make IP. If you get interrupted here, it's fine. You still have follow-up. IP. Now, you have some options here. You could just pass on this. Your grave is loaded. Make sure your grave is loaded. Make sure these two are engraved. If you don't have them two engraved, you did it wrong. So, you can do 2 things right here. And this might be a good idea. So I would activate Kieran effect to pop Kieran. Bring back High King Avatar Arvatra. That way you have a monster negate. So when a monster effect is activated while a monster is on the field, you can destroy 1 other fire monster in your hand or face-up field. So it's just all about what you value more in that case. So pass turn. Let's just say our opponent opens up with, I don't know, let's just say they open with Branded Fusion. Activate Branded Fusion. In this particular case, everybody knows we're going to Ash the Branded Fusion. Alright, now they summon Mirror Swords Knight, activate that, play whatever, they're playing Branded Chimera. bring out the Baphomet, activate effect of Baphomet. Okay, Fire King Avatar effect. So we can pop the Kirin. Alright, negate. Pop the Kirin. Kirin effect to special. Got Garunix. We can bring back out Garunix. So here's where we have some options here. Effect of Garunix to send a Barong. Going to send a Barong. Not a Barong, Arvatra. Or Barong, you could do Barong here. Effect of Arvatra, we're going to bring back the Kirin. Bring back the Kirin. Now, did we use Kirin effect? No, we didn't use Kirin effect. Kirin effect can destroy, but in that particular case, it wouldn't be a big deal. All right, let's just say they try to do something else. They have something else. That's when you can go. Check. There's a couple things you can do. This is just one way to do it. But if you want to save these, you could have also. Usually that's gonna be enough. I mean, dude, this is a crazy board right here. Then you got Fenrir to banish. I mean, you have so much going on here. You haven't even used your IP yet. So let me back up one and just kind of go back. So instead of popping the Kirin in hand, you could pop the Flamberge Dragon. And then you bring these back, because it just has to be sent to the graveyard. You bring these back, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, okay? Now you get to add yourself, follow up with the Skyburn. You get to add yourself another Ponix. Now we're going to IP into either Appaloosa. Depending on what they're playing, you know, if they have something and you know they're going to keep comboing off, you can go into Appaloosa. So that's what we would do here. We would go into Appaloosa. We would go this, this, make IP. I'm sorry, we would just need that. Make, or you could go more. You could go all of them, just have a big body and a negate. So yeah, I would probably do that. I would go Appaloosa. Effect of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. And this is going to let you add back the, make sure. Yeah, it can be used on your turn. You will forget that one. Sorry, I'm just, like I said, I'm not mastering the deck yet. But you would add back the Flamberge Dragon. You literally have your grave loaded again. So, it's crazy. Now you have a 4-negate Appaloosa, big body Appaloosa, with 3,200 attack. You know, they're not getting past that. And here's your hand. Here's your hand at this point. Yeah, I think you still have the Kirin in hand. Oh, no, you wouldn't have the Kirin in hand. Sorry. Or wait. No, you wouldn't have the Kirin in hand. I might be forgetting something. Anyway, it's hard to make a video about it. But, regardless, now your grave is loaded up. Where did Garunix go? Oh, here's the rest of the grave. Here's the rest of your grave. Also, don't forget to draw off of the Sinful Spoils. I'm not going to do that in this because my draw wouldn't be, you know, purposeful for this. So your graveyard is literally stacked. So turn goes back to you. Let's just say they manage to attack into the Sunlight Wolf, get that out of the table. Say they used up one more of your negates. So here's what you have. This is where it gets crazy. All right, guys. So I'm going to start off by normal summoning Ponix. Ponix effect to add. Another reason why you want to play two, just to get cards in hand. Going to add this. Or you can add the field spell. Effect of Fire King Sanctuary to pop this to add a Fire King monster. Here's where we'll get our last Kirin. And this is where it gets freaking crazy. Alright, trigger effect. Garunix. Effect to send. Just for this case, I'm not going to search the deck for it. Going to send Arvatra. Bring back the Kirin. Okay, here's our hand. So, now, this is enough for game. If they have nothing on board, this is enough for game typically. But to get crazy with it, we can overlay into this with them. And this is the one, it gains 500 attack. And you can destroy one card on the field by detaching. You can target one spell or trap on the field and destroy it. If you need that, you can go into that. Now, we'd have that on the board. Activate Kirin from hand. Well, not yet. Wait, hold the Kirin. Hold the Kirin. So, we would... Okay, we need to use our draw. Let's just say we have an extra card in hand that's not the Flame Burge. Just for this theory, we'll have another Ash. Say we didn't use the Ash, or whatever. Typically, you'll have another fire in hand. Pop this, bring out the Kirin. Okay, alright. Or you can save it and do this. You could go into... it's just hard to say. You could go into access code before you did this. It's just hard to say. I don't want to go in access code talker for this, but like I said, you have like 2400 with this, 2400, 3K. Typically you got game here. Then you could bring out the Kirin by popping this. There's just so many options. I'm starting to just ram up. It's too hard to think about right now because this isn't a real game or whatever. We don't know the situation, but typically this is enough for game. No matter what, that's enough for game just right there. You don't have to start going into access code and all that. There is a route to access code. You would just keep these engrave and keep this in. You would affect Kirin, affect, send this, bring back these two, bring back these two. Oh, where'd the other one go? Effect, to add, and then you wouldn't be able to, you could add that if you wanted to. So this will be your hand here. You still haven't triggered Garunix yet. You could have triggered Garunix, but you wouldn't want to yet. Keep in mind, Heat Code Talker has to have 2 Sideburst monsters. In this particular case, this will be your access code play. Or you could get rid of Appaloosa if she didn't have... Let's just say Appaloosa doesn't have anything left. We'll go 2, 3, link 3, effect, bring back out the Black Witch, go straight into access code talker, effect, this, target this. Now you have a big, juicy access code talker. Say that's not enough, then you could say they have something else on the field. You could Fire King Skyburn, destroy the Ponix, trigger the Garunix, effect, send Arvatra, bring back Kieran. Now you have, I mean, a ton. This card's gonna have like 3,700, 3,600, something crazy like that, 35, whatever it is. This one's gonna have 24, 24, 24, like 50, 1850 attack equal to that monster, so 1850. It'd be like 41. Anyway, freaking unstoppable. Then if you wanted to get cute with it, you could go into this if you needed to remove a spell. Go into this effect if they have something to pop, or you can pop something of your own to make him gain 3,500. He's up to 3,500. You got 35, 35, or 36, 41, 24. Kashtira target, banish. 333, that's over 9. Still, let's just say they're still not done after that. Well, guess what? You just attacked. You can go into Zeus just in case you need it. Just in case you need it, you can go into Zeus. You have a 2-material Zeus. Keep in mind, if you do that, you won't get his effect when they go to the graveyard. But you just, whatever. There's so many options with this deck. I love it. It's freaking great. It's freaking great. There's just like an endless amount of options in this deck. So try it out if you ain't tried it out. You notice the Kashtira Fenrir. That helps the deck a lot. Helps get you a body on the board just in case they stop your main play. Worst case, you can use the Fenrir as link fodder. Or you could replace it with other hand traps. I wouldn't though, because this deck can brick up on hand traps. So that's why I want to add the Kashtira Rise Heart, just to get an extra free body on the board. Make that link climbing a lot easier, and it'll make you have more flexibility on what you can set up. You know, you can set up a spell and trap negate with the other Fire King monster, and it'll give you more flexibility on a few different things. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Keep in mind, this one, the monster leaves in the end phase, and with this one, it brings the monster back and destroys a card on the field. So that's the difference with them. So you just have to be smart with your plays. Anyway, guys, I know it's a long video. I know I rambled a lot, but I hope that showed you something. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the best. You know, definitely not the best teacher at all. And it's hard to remember every little thing when you're not actually in the game. So if I missed something, sorry, but for the most part, I think this explains the deck very well. And you've probably, a lot of y'all haven't seen the deck in this capacity, because most people, here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have this set up. They're gonna have, you know, this on board, and whatever else. You know, they're gonna bring out a Kieran, and they're gonna go effect. Oh, let me bring out. And this is a powerful play, guys. Don't get me wrong. It just ain't the play. It's not your best play by no means. You're gonna go into this board wipe, and then oh yeah, okay. And then guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna follow up. Any good deck is gonna have so much follow up, and they're gonna freaking crush you most of the time. So that works good against weaker decks, but the IP Appaloosa play is much stronger, and it's very easy to get to. It's just you have to use your brain a little bit, and there's nothing to it. So anyways, guys, if you watched all this, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all next time.